Hi Ludwig, great to see you again yesterday. Super session, really enjoyed working with you. Just to recap on what we did. First of all, we discussed the change in setup that we need to make, and that is that we need to make sure that your ball is positioned within that red area for all your golf shots. So we're going to try and produce a ball position that is somewhere just to the left of your sternum, as you can see here on the right hand side with Dave Toms. So we're going to try and position the golf ball within that area each time you hit a golf shot. With that in mind, we then wanted to make the swing feel or look a little bit more solid, and what we discussed was it's more of a look than anything. If you watch the way your swing sort of works now, it's a lot more freedom than before. Some really good mechanics in there, a lot better rhythm than before, but it doesn't really look solid, particularly in the legs. So it's a look more than anything that we're trying to get. It's a little bit, as we described it, simply as being a little bit floppy in regards to what the legs are doing. We then showed you this action here and explained that this is more what we're talking about when we talk about a solid swing. There's still a freedom of movement in there. Remember, a good golf swing is balancing act. It's trying to create a balance between discipline and freedom of movement. And with yourself, we've gone from one extreme to the other. We had a lot of discipline with no freedom of movement, and now we've kept that discipline. We're just getting a little bit too free with it. We need to just make it a little bit more solid, as you can see there. So it's an overall look or appearance, and to be fair, you took to that really well. Try and watch as many golf swings as you can, and remember to look at it, almost look at it through the eyes of an 8-year-old. How would they look at a golf swing? They would see the overall movement rather than the mechanics. We then discussed impact, and one of the things we talked about was the positioning of the golf club as you get into the golf ball. What we see with most club golfers is as they come into impact, there's an attempt to scoop the ball up, an attempt to help the ball, and the shaft tends to sit, let's get rid of that line, very vertically, if not leaning back slightly at impact. And what we see with a better player, a more consistent ball striker, is a shaft angle at impact that is actually leaning towards the target more. So we're going to try and lead with the hands, just as you would if you were trying to hit a tennis ball forward over the net. And that's one of the key issues here. We've got to try and hit this golf ball forward, not try and scoop it up. So you can see there on the right hand side, much more powerful, much more dynamic impact position, less of a scooping action. What that's going to produce is a more consistent strike, as you experienced yesterday, and a more stable club face through the hitting area, giving you more solidly struck, well directed golf shots. Sure, if you can stick with this, Ludwig, you're going to see some great progress, and I'll speak to you soon, hopefully at the weekend. Well done.